Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Edoggz Reviews. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Transformers Rise of the Beast Jungle Mission 3 pack. In this video I'm going to be focusing on the deluxe NIGHTBIRD. If you have subscribed or watched any of my videos, they are connected to one another, and in this instance I'm going to put a link to Wheeljack, which was the first figure that I looked at. So this is the front of the box. So over here we have Megatron, Optimus, and Bumblebee. We have three characters that come in robot mode. We have Cheetor, NIGHTBIRD, and Wheeljack. These figures are for ages 6 and up. We have the Hasbro sticker down on the bottom right corner there. We have on this side Bumblebee there. On the back we have Cheetor, NIGHTBIRD, and Wheeljack. There on the top right hand corner, this says Transformers Rise of the Beast. There, Jungle Mission 3 pack on the bottom right corner. If we turn around, look at the top, it just says Cheetor, NIGHTBIRD, and Wheeljack there. On the bottom is just barcodes and things. Now, each figure comes with their own instruction booklet and accessories. So here is the figure. We're going to lower down the brightness just a little bit, and it comes with 3 accessories. So the first accessory is this sword. It's a very nice sword. It's kind of thick, but I understand why it is, because there is a dual purpose for this sword. So it's a nice purple there in between the little squares. You can pop it into the hand, or any hand, if you will. Right. You get 2 other pieces, these 2 pieces right here, and they can combine together to form like a claw type of deal, because she is a ninja. And you can have that going on. Now let's say if you don't want this, and let's say you want to store your sword somewhere so that you can find it. So you can actually take this off, and you can split these apart, and on the back there are 2 slots. There's a slot there, and you turn them upside down, and pop this on. Right there. And then we have this sword that comes out of the hand, and it has 2 squares there. You can pop this on the back for storage. So all you have to do is that, and there you go. So you're gonna have that kind of a look going on like that. It's a shame that we don't have like a spot along the sides where the sword can peg onto some type of deal like that, but this is what we got. So we're going to take a closer look at the deluxe NIGHTBIRD. And this is what it looks like from the front, and this is what it looks like from the back. There's a lot of stuff going on back here, a lot of clutter going on this backpack and this back leg back here. The feet I'm not too fond of. I think they kind of look kind of ugly. You have the backpack. There's nothing to say more about that. And then you have this side right here. We can do a close-up of the face. Right, that's what the face looks like. You got the yellow eyes there with the purple helmet, and then you have a little bit of silver coming down the sides. Right. Well, so we can go directly into articulation. So you can go up like this on the arm, spread the arm like that. You got swivel at the elbow, and you can rotate the arm like so without pulling it apart. Excuse me. You can put it like that, but it's going to get stopped on something there. This shoulder piece is going to get stopped by the front section of the car there. You can go all the way back, and the wheel gets blocked by the hood, and that's as far as you're going to get. Outward move it, that's about it. Now we have 90 degrees on the elbow, which is fine, and we have that much room going outwards on the leg. We can go and do a very high kick right there. You can bring it down on the knee like that. There's another portion of the thigh here, but that's on the inside there, and that's also for the transformation. So you can count it if you want. Now going backwards, that's as far as you're going to get, because the rear window is blocking the leg from moving, and then you have the lower leg that goes up about there. There is waist articulation, but you're not going to get much because there's a lot of stuff being bumped in together. There's just not enough clearance to do all the fancy stuff like that. And the head is on a ball joint, and you can make it turn that way, not too much. You can make it turn that way. You can make it look up if you want to, and that is it for that. Now I'm going to do some comparison. Now this is a normal size deluxe. Now if you're a collector like me, you know of the Studio Series figures, and they're usually somewhat little bigger or taller, I should say. So here is Jazz, which is a Studio Series figure. They're about the same height. Now the only difference is this is based off the G1 animated series, and this is based off the live action movie, and all of the parts of the car are more simply, let's say, you know, well placed. Let's say that they're well placed. They're not in the way. There's no clutter. There's no crazy backpack going on there. Please forgive the lights and sirens outside. That seems to be a natural occurrence the last couple of weeks. This is what the back looks like, and this is what it looks like from this side. Now I'm going to leave that here and show you next to Ratchet. This is Ratchet, which is also a deluxe, also in the same set, and they're probably about the same size in height, and he doesn't have that much kibble on him as Nightbird does. Everything seems to be well placed. You know, it's not in the way. You know. I mean, they could have hid the wheels much better, but you know, you have this going on this side. And you have the front. Let me just do one more. Let me do one more comparison. And that's a normal deluxe, by the way. That's a normal deluxe. Now this is RC, which is a Studio Series deluxe, and she's slightly taller, and she's based off the G1 animation versus the movie, and she is more simplified because every portion of the car is actually on her back, so you can actually see her whole body in the front, where this one is all the way in the back. And the point I'm trying to make here is that Nightbird is supposed to be a ninja, right? You know, not too bulky, not too noticeable, but you know, able to sneak around and stuff. With all of this kibble on his back, you're not gonna be able to sneak around like that, or nothing. You know, all of this stuff is gonna move like change in your pocket. Let's put it that way. And the feet is better on the RC versus Nightbird there. So to get that out of the way, we're going to go into transformation. And we're going to bring back, you know what, matter of fact, we're going to bring back Jazz and RC a little later on for the vehicle mode. So transformation, it takes about maybe 20 steps. I don't believe it's 20 steps. I believe it's fewer than 20, because everything seems like it's one movement to me instead of multiple movements. So let me explain by going through this. So you take this sword, you take this off. Now you could leave this on here, but I'm gonna take this off for now. You take these two things off. And again, you can make this into a claw. If I just missed it or forgotten about it, you can combine these things. And you're going to have a claw type of weapon right there for her hand. They could have made this silver because it is a weapon, you know, have the tip silver and this piece black. I would have been fine with that right there. Right? So we're gonna take this off. Alright, so we got a lot of kibble that we have to work with. So we're going to take it as slow as possible. Alright. So the first thing you want to do is take care of the backpack. I like to start here. And you want to flip this backpack piece up. Right? Just to get it out of the way. And then you flip it down on this armature here. Just to get the back piece going. Right? Now we're going to leave it like that because we got to work on the legs later. Next, you want to unclip the front of the car from the waist. Similar to any of the Lady Z cars or Jazz, they all clip into the chest or the abdomen of the vehicle, or I should say the robot in this case. You just bring this up. You bring this all the way back. Make sure you have enough clearance for this door to be pushed back. And make sure that is one solid piece. And that's good to go. The easy part are the arms, so we're going to do those last. Okay, so these part right here, you have to extend these stuff. You have to extend. And if you want, you can move these all the way back. You have to extend this piece and move that all the way back because you're going to be needing the space to do all of this. And then there's not enough clearance to do that on top of that. Alright, so we're going to just brighten that up just a taste. Now we want to turn the leg at the thigh. So we just want to turn it around like that. And you're going to see this hollow section right here. Do the same thing on the other side, turn this around. You're going to see this hollow thing, this hollow space right here. The feet, you can have these feet, these are the feet, close them. And you take this piece, and you want to flip this over. Like so. It's going to clip in together. Same thing, opposite side. You can clip that together. Now, like I said, the Lady Z cars and Jazz, they all do the same thing. But this time, we're doing it in reverse, where the legs are on the back side. Now, and you have this opening here. And what they want you to do is they want you to curl this into this space. So that's why we left this piece open. And so you want to bring it up like this, right? And you want to curl at the knee, right? And while you're doing that, you want to like rotate it inside of there. And this is where the clearance is going to get messed up, stuff like that. Right? Just do a little bit of adjustment. And to make sure this is in the right place, we're going to plug this side panel onto this side. So what we're going to do here is get the clearance first, bring that out. We're going to get this piece right here. We're going to clip it together to make sure it's in the right place. If not, we can just do some little adjustments here and there. Right? And you want to clip that together. Right? Now we're going to close this up because we're not ready for that yet. Same thing again, you want to bring the leg up. You want to bend it at the knee like so, and you want to rotate this inwards like that. And as you do so, you want to just bring that in like so, and then you want to pull this panel out because the panel is going to get in your way. Pull this panel out because this has to go in here. Right? And you just push like that. And you just make sure all of this is correct. Right? That's in the right place. That's in the right place. Since we're here, we can bring back the back end of the car down. We can bring this piece down, the boot of the car, and you want to bring this down, and it should peg over these two things. And this is where you have to make sure everything's in the right place in order to do this. Okay. So if something's not actually clicking together, alright, so if something's not actually going too well right now, that's why we have to make sure. Okay. Make sure these two pieces are together, like so. Clip that down, and we got to clip this over. So you always constantly have to adjust for this piece. All right. So constantly have to adjust. Right, bring that down. Make sure that's in there. Make sure that's in there, right? So that's good, and that's good, right? So we're gonna put this back because we're not ready for that yet. Right. So the arms, like I said, they're the easiest part of the transformation. So all you have to do is take these pieces right here, just flip them down, flip that down. I already did it with my finger. And you want to rotate it in a way where this peg is going to be on the outside. So you want to bring it in, and you want to make sure that's sitting on the outside, and the fish should be sitting like that in this little slot. Same thing on opposite side. I'm sorry. Let's do that over. So the arm is there. Bring that in, and you want to turn here, put it into that little slot there. Make sure you got that peg that's sticking out on this side, and then we take the doors and you get into a peg here, and then there's another peg there. Just put these all together, and it's on a double hinge, just so you can adjust it if you need to. Right, so there's a peg here, there's a hole there, there's a peg there, and then there's a peg there. So it's 3 places. Now, this piece came apart, so we got to go back real quick. All right, fix that. Now we're gonna put these together. All right, so all this should be good to go. Make sure that's done. We're gonna put the sword on the back to create a spoiler. So you take these two pieces again, and you plug them into the back. I got the wrong one. Right, so we can plug this in. Plug this in here. Right, so this one's being a pain. Let me try the other direction. There we go, there's one. And there you go. Here you have your 1995 Nissan Skyline GTR, and it's a nice car. It's a nice car. It's a nice car. I like the colors on it. There it is from the side. There it is from the front. I like the headlights there. There it is from the top. The spoiler looks a little bit out of place. There it is from the other side. There it is from the bottom. We have visible head syndrome down there. Everything else, I would say the hands, but everything else is good. Yeah, the rear, you can slightly make out the rear headlights down there on the bottom. It's nice. Now we're gonna do some comparisons. Now this is a deluxe, and it rolls not so well on my table. You know, it's more sliding than rolling. But then again, that's what they do with some of these race cars. They like to power slide these things around. So this is natural. So, all right. So, if you're in the news, you'll know that they are going to be making the Studio Series Deluxe Mirage, and we're gonna bring in Jazz in for that to give an example. Now, the Mirage design is much different. The transformation is going to be different. The look is going to be different, but it's going to turn into a Porsche at the end of the day. One thing I do not know at this moment is how tall is he going to be. And if we're going to be using G1 as a reference, Mirage is taller than this Jazz, I would say. Let's put it that way. I wouldn't say too much, but he's a little bit taller. So that throws into question how tall this guy is going to be. I should say Mirage is going to be. Let's say that. But I'm just using this as an example. So this is a Studio Series Deluxe Jazz, and it's not too much kibble except for the backpack, and there's nothing else. Everything else is placed well, you know. But this is based on the G1 animated series. So we're going to get through this real quick. We're just going to do this real quick. Right. And we're going to fold down the feet. Bring those up. Bring those up. You're gonna unclip this, bring down. I forgot to bring around the chest. The chest should have been on this side. All right. The chest should have been on this side. Right. So we're gonna bring this down. We're gonna leave that there. You're gonna swivel this back for the vehicle mode. Bring down the head. Take this door. Switch is very similar to on NIGHTBIRD here. Right. Get that done out of the way. We're going to collapse the leg. Get those done. Collapse the legs. Very similar. We just have more room over here. That's all it is. All right. All right. So we're gonna bring in the arms. And we need to make sure these tabs are on the outside before we do anything. Hide the hands away. That would be nice. Same thing on that side. Just hide the hands away. Flip this in. That's good to go. I'm going to collapse the hardtop and the windshield into place. I'm going to collapse that in the back. Make sure that's together. Close the doors. Make sure doors are pegged in. And you have your Jazz in his Martini sports car. Or I should say race car, excuse me. And we're gonna do a size comparison. So again, this is these two like this, slightly longer. Yeah, this right here. Yeah, this from the front. And you have this from the side. So we just gonna have to wait and see what that Mirage is gonna look like. On another note, I do watch the Transformers podcast because I am subscribed to it, and I found out that they are going to be making a studio series version of NIGHTBIRD and Wheeljack, so I can't wait to see that. Now we're gonna throw some other comparisons here since we're in the studio series theme here. We're gonna bring it in Ironhide. Now, Ironhide is a Voyager in the studio series. Alright, so we're going to bring in NIGHTBIRD's buddy, Battle Trap. Move these across. And we have Scourge, which is the lead class figure. So you have these two going on. And if you need a scale of this, that's as best as I could probably move that over there. I could probably get it into. Now we're going to do one more comparison. This is a Nissan Fairlady, which came out in what, 1969, I think. So you have these two. Now again, we still have the MPN series. So this could get as, you know, whatever size it falls into in that series. I'm not exactly sure what it is. but it could probably be as big as this masterpiece right here. So we can have this going on from this side, this going on from that side. We have that side there, and that side there. So transforming it back is very simple. You gotta get rid of this stuff right here. Take the sword off, put it to the side, take these two pieces. You want to combine them so you won't lose it. And what I like to do is I like to focus on the rear end first to get that out of the way. So you just pull this back, pull this up and over like that. Bring back this piece, the bumper, bring that down like that. And this is going to plug into that hole right there that's on top of the hardtop. And that's it. That's all you got to do. Next is the another easy part. You take the side piece, the side fender that's connected to the door, which is connected to this double hinge, bring this all the way back, and it plugs into place. So there's a peg and a square port right there. Right, I'm gonna see if I can get a close up of that. Right, so there's a square peg and then there's a port. Same thing, opposite side. Unpeg the side fender, bring this all the way to the back. You plug it together like that. Right? Another easy part, get these arms out. And you can just swing them out. There's enough room for this. Right? And you can leave the arms like that. Next, you want to extend these side pieces. Right? Because they clip together when you put it into the vehicle mode. And you want to get in here. You want to get into the inner thigh by pushing this piece right here and pulling this away, because you need to get clearance of this. We're not ready for that yet. So we need to get this leg out of here. So we're gonna bring it down and extend. Oh, we're not ready for that. Right. Same thing, opposite side. We're going to pull apart. Right. We're going to bring the legs down. The wheels, you just have to fold them down. Fold them down. Then you take the thigh, you want to turn it the opposite way. You can turn it any way, to tell you honestly, but you turn it the opposite way like that. The space has to be facing you now, or I should say backwards. Same thing, opposite side. Right, so you're gonna clip this back here, clip this back here, like that. Now, once you get that done, you can pop these back into place, because we're finished with that. Right, so next we're going to take the hood of the car, we're going to bring it back, and we're going to pop this door open like that, and pop it inwards so that it covers this section up. And then we're going to go over the head. Now what to do here is you want to make sure this head is even, and you want to have it pointing down, or it's not going to meet the clearance that you need. But sometimes for me, I have to push it back to get that clearance. Just bring it over and it should click into place. Right? All we got to do now is fix the arms. See, this is coming apart. Right? Just fix the arms. Fix the arms. Bring up the shoulder pads. Shoulder pads. There. Make sure that the arms are facing you. You get your weapons, you put them in the side of the arms here, or you can put it in the hand, does not make a difference. And you can put the sword over here. And again, I wish there was like a sheath that you could have on the side, or maybe a peg that's the same size as the square holes. You can put it on the side over there instead of having it in your hand. All right, so open up the feet, and there you go. You have Nightbird back into her robot mode. It's neat. What brings it down is all of this junk that's on her legs, on the back of her legs. I mean, these pieces right here could have just folded inward somehow, some way. The backpack, I don't know. I don't know what to say about that. It's there. Is this too much kibble going on this figure? Everything else is okay. The vehicle mode is okay. You know, that type of deal. But don't waste, because the Studio Series is coming out probably next year with a whole bunch of other ones in this line. So this is going to be a placeholder for now, and we're going to bring in some other figures here. So there is Nightbird. Let's bring in R.O.T.B. Let's bring in her buddies. Let's put Scourge on that side. Let's put Battle Trap. We're going to bring in Jazz, Studio Series Jazz, to put them there. And we're going to put the Masterpiece back there. Now, I do like to ask the audience one question. If you've seen the movie, what forms do you think they had on the Beast planets? And I'm talking about the Terragons. I'm talking about Nightbird, Battle Trap, and Scourge. Please leave that down below in the comment section. If you have not subscribed, subscribe to the channel. If you enjoyed what you saw, please give it a like, give it a thumbs up. And in the next video, we're going to be taking a look at the Cheetor figure, and then we'll move on to something else. So I want to thank you, ladies and gents, for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one.